Dominate your league. Defend your crown with Hosal King.
Because I love me some me.
Gabe Hernandez.
Here's a guy that is starting to figure the game out.
And Ray Fletcher.
I want the truth. You can't handle the truth.
They bring the heat, rankings, trades, and game-winning calls to rule your league. This is Watch the Throne Fantasy Football Podcast.
What up? Welcome back to another episode of Watch the Throne Fantasy Football Podcast, brought to you by That Dude's Barbecue Jerky. You heard that?
That dude.
I did hear that.
We got a sponsor.
My guy.
That
Appreciate
Dude's
him.
Barbecue Jerky.
He is that dude.
It's kind of wild because Ray's Instagram handle has forever been.
That dude, Ray.
So kind of
fits.
fitting. Kind of
It's
fitting.
awesome.
Yeah. Meant to
Crazy
be.
to say brought to you by. This is the first of at least 8 episodes he's in sponsor for us. So I am beyond grateful. I think we all are.
Absolutely.
You want to show off the shirt a little bit?
I
if
even
you
got
can?
the shirt. That Dude's Barbecue shirt. We're going to talk about his product a little bit later in the episode. Today, we have news and notes. We have best starts, best flex for week 1. And then we have what I'm going to call Game Blitz, where we're going to try to take 1 minute. I don't know how the hell we're going to do it as us.
We got to work as a team, guys.
1 minute per game, per matchup. And then as soon as it's done, move on to the next. So we'll see how we do with that.
Let's do it.
How are we doing today, though, guys?
Doing great.
Been a while,
Wonderful
right?
day. I'm excited. It's football starting tomorrow. It has been a while. It's been a couple weeks since I've been here.
Yeah.
Nice to be back. Football's back. Love it.
Merry Christmas Eve. We are one sleep away from some football.
Crazy, dude. Finally, it feels like the offseason gets longer and longer, but life feels like it's going faster and faster. So it's like a weird.
Are we getting deep right now?
No, but it's just like a weird,
I
like,
feel very deep right now.
doesn't it feel like life is flying by, but football always takes too long to come back?
There's never enough football.
Yeah.
I could do football 365.
I mean, they currently are basically UFL, IFL,
WNFC.
CFL. Yeah, it's. I mean, there could be football year round for you if you really want.
As a former coach of youth football, I'd rather watch some youth football, probably. I'm just saying.
Whoa.
I'm just saying. Some of those kids are pretty nice, man.
Wow, I'm very
fun.
sorry to the Saskatchewans and the Calgarys out there.
What about your Canadian fantasy football team? Come on.
It didn't do too good last year. We went 4-13, so we got some work to do.
Did you actually have a Canadian fan? Okay, I was like, wait, how did I not know about this? And why was I not in the league?
I don't think I wouldn't even know who to pick.
All right, before we move on to news and notes, I have one question for you guys. How many leagues are you in, and what is the output financially? This is we're going to put ourselves out there.
Oh, I would need a second for the financial part. I'm in 6 leagues, and I think the financial output, I'm going to say it's north of 500. I'd have to do the math. I don't know exactly.
Okay. I'm in 6 leagues. Financial is 750.
Y'all really trying to make me sound like a degenerate
Go
right
ahead.
now.
Well,
Go
okay,
ahead.
yeah, I was
Yeah.
going to say, we went to a draft together, and that one's going to be
Yeah, we haven't talked about it because he hasn't been here. But
Yeah. So I'm
how
in,
many leagues and what's your number? And then we'll say why that number is so elevated.
I'm in 10 leagues, and I am just under 4K right now.
Woo!
yeah, there's a special circumstance for that one.
Yeah.
But still,
Yeah.
What's the special circumstance, right?
Well, okay, so I got invited to join the World Championships. They were doing a live draft in Circa, part of they had a sports betting convention in town. And it was happening down at Circa, so they had decided to do a draft. They hit me up. I'm assuming they weren't getting enough participants for that one outlier draft.
No, dude, what do you mean they hit you? You are a dude, so you're that dude, Ray.
I'm that dude, Ray. Yeah, so I decided to go down and draft with them. It was it's part of the World Championships. There's over 600 teams competing in this. Grand prize is $150,000. So yeah,
That's awesome.
we'll see.
they had a good team. I went with him, just some moral support and record a little bit of things, and he's got a good team.
Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah, we'll maybe break down that roster maybe next week after week 1 performance and see what you got in it.
That'd be a good idea.
What
See
was
where we're
the
at.
if you don't mind, you can also say no. You can refuse. You can say I plead the fifth. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What was the financial buy-in to that?
This one was $1,700, but that was after a $300. It's normally $2,000. I got a $300 discount for going down, like with only a few hours to prepare.
No, you got that discount because you're that dude, Ray. Come on, bro. You already know, bro.
Yeah, sell yourself a little bit, man.
Yeah,
Tell
give
him.
yourself a little credit.
I'm that guy.
Yeah. Yeah. I guess we're gonna find out.
For real. Crazy. All right. 10 leagues.
Yeah.
I had one. The most I ever did was 13, and one of those leagues was all defensive players. So I've scaled back quite a bit to 6.
I've got one with IDP and 3 dynasties now. So
Wow. I said only one question. One more quick question. Overall, how do you feel about all your teams? I feel myself, I'd say I'm about a low B for the overall 6 teams.
My teams are awesome. Now, whether they perform or not, that's on them, But my teams I drafted are great. Definitely not very running back heavy this year. I think. Well, so we had the free agent auction bid in your league, and I got Christian McCaffrey and Jonathan Taylor. After that, I think my next best running back is Amari and Hampton. So, I'm starting some leagues with Jordan Mason and David Montgomery, but those receivers I got Nico, I got Neighbors, I got Justin Jefferson, I got Puka. I have some nasty receivers, so I'm excited, and I like how my team's turned out, and hopefully I'll find a running back later on in the season.
I am feeling like I'm in college, like C's get degrees type of situation. I feel good about 70% of my teams. The rest, I guess we'll see, to be determined. Could have been better. I've missed on some spots, and we'll see.
Some leagues championships are won on the waiver wire. Some leagues championships are won in the draft. So it all depends on how your league shapes up and how you attack the waiver wire.
I know for sure Al had 1F on Sunday. That was a failure. Oh, you made me so mad.
According to Yahoo, I had an A- on that draft.
That means you had a terrible draft.
According to Yahoo.
I think I had A+, so yeah, I probably shouldn't feel too good about it.
I don't know, man. I feel good with the Jerry Jeudy over Tyler Warren pick.
Don't get me started.
We haven't even mentioned Mike 4 yet. Mike 4. What up, Mike 4?
What's up, guys? Way to mention me when I make a mistake, dude. I love that.
It's all good. It's
never in
all
the beginning.
good.
Never in the beginning. It's just like
They wouldn't have known if you didn't say anything.
I saw these stairs, and I'm like, wait a second, dude. I think I'm supposed to be doing something.
They wouldn't have known if you
saw
didn't say
these
see.
stairs.
And you over here getting mad at me. I got to bring you down.
Why is everyone looking at me?
Let's run that back a little bit,
All right, on to our news and notes.
Ladies and gentlemen, can I please have your attention? I've just been handed an urgent and horrifying news story, and I need all of you to stop what you're doing and listen.
Cannonball!
Hey, news and notes brought to you by Ron Burgundy.
I am Ron Burgundy.
I'm Ron Burgundy. Dante Thornton listed as a starter for the Las Vegas Raiders. I think this has a big deal to do with why Jacoby wanted to leave. I also think Jacoby had some, Amari Cooper information before it was public. I also think that he has a great shot at being a viable wide receiver 3/flex person this season. Thornton, thoughts?
Solid waiver wire option coming up. It just says a lot about Jack Beck, and he's not ready because Beck was actually drafted ahead of Thornton. So it's definitely someone to keep your eye on. The Raiders wide receiver situation is kind of a situation I want no parts of, to be honest with you. But always worthy to keep your eyes on because he's a rookie. And this guy can come out for 80 catches and 1,000 yards. You never know. But I'm not there quite yet. I need to see a couple games and see what he does.
Yeah, it kind of brings down. I was kind of high on Trey Tucker coming out of nowhere and being like a surprise this year and putting up some numbers, but I think that's less likely. He's still listed as the slot, the third receiver for them. So it's possible, but when Amari Cooper gets up to speed with the offense, who knows if that's going to change.
So is that who's not the starter? Amari Cooper's not listed as a starter right now?
Not right now.
Oh, okay. See, I thought it was Cooper, Jacoby, and Deontay Thornton.
I'm a little bit worried that Amari might not have the juice left. Well, I mean, we'll see, right? He had a really rough go of it last year, and sometimes they just fall off cliffs sometimes.
It happens.
We were doing a slow draft, and I think we were in this 16th round, and the Amari Cooper news just broke, and I said, yeah, I'll take him. Why not? It was my pick, so I was like, yeah, I'll take him. So it just happened to be perfect timing. But I didn't take him because I thought he was going to be anything special. 16th round dynasty, I was just like, let's take a shot.
Yeah, it's a dart, though.
Yep.
And not a bad one. I mean, he's shown that he can do it.
Yep.
Matthew Stafford, not listed on the injury report. That is rejoice, Rams fans, rejoice, Rams fantasy player owners, Rejoice, Rams Nation. Rejoice,
Devontae Adams.
Rejoice, everyone.
Yeah.
Right?
Absolutely.
Are we worried about potentially re-injury risk, or do we think that it was just off-season, him not wanting to practice?
I mean, when it comes to a back, I'm always worried. Backs can be repetitive. They can be degenerate. Like they just always seem to stick around, especially for someone who's going into closer to 40 than he is to 30. So yeah, a little bit worried.
Yeah, long term, it's a little concerning with the age, the history of the injury. He is one tough son of, you know what I mean? But he usually plays through some injuries. I had heard that it's really, media was making it a bigger deal than it actually really was. Now, time will tell. We'll play it out, see what happens. Let's see what happens after he gets hit, possibly. Then it'll be telling, but I'm not too concerned about it at the moment.
Okay. All right. I'm just happy he's not on the injury list for everyone who owns Rams. I don't think I have a stock in any Rams this year, which is kind of interesting because I loved Kyron. So.
I'm heavy on Puka. I got Kyron in one, and I got Devontae in one or two.
Wow. Any Ram stock for you?
Kyron Williams in a few spots, for sure.
Stafford being healthy helps all those guys.
Oh, and I think in our Dynasty Superflex, Stafford's my QB too. So
Nice.
Yes. I have Kyron in a Dynasty League, but yeah. All right. Jaden Reed did not practice.
this is big.
I think he's questionable for week 1. And it seems like a lot of people were saying it was just like a foot sprain. I've also heard people say Jones fracture, and it makes it really hard to cut on the outside of your foot. And as a wide receiver, what are you constantly doing? Cutting on the outside of your foot. So it's an interesting thing to keep track of. I personally, I'm not sure he plays week 1.
He might not play for a little while. I've heard some news and reports. I wouldn't be shocked if he gets put on IR by Saturday. So right before Sunday's game, that would be a minimum of 4 games missed. It's not sounding too good right now. And when the news first broke of Jaden Reed, his foot was injured, that's kind of when I jumped on the Matthew Golden. Now, I always liked Matthew Golden, but as soon as I heard Jaden Reed was hurt, I loved Matthew Golden. That's his chance to be our wide receiver 1. Now there's Romeo Doubs, some heat coming up on him too. Like he could be a good receiver because Christian Watson's on the pup and he's out for the first 6 weeks. There's some opportunity here for these receivers. Green Bay's always kind of been a wide receiver by committee kind of team, but Matthew Golden and Romeo Doubs have to be the top 2 options here.
Yeah, I took a lot of Romeo Doubs start throws this season. So he's on a bunch of my benches. I'd be more than happy if he can slide right into that starting lineup. I'm okay with that.
Yeah, interesting. It says he practiced with the team September 1st, but was not in pads and stayed inside the training center during the media's open portion on September 3rd. So we'll see what happens in the Jaden Reed saga. And I definitely think it makes the other guys a little bit more valuable. I love hearing Romeo. You guys know that.
It's definitely something to keep an eye on for sure.
This one's kind of an overall thing. Rookie running back depth chart funkiness, jokiness. I don't know what to call it. Bill Jacory Krosky-Merritt listed as the 4th running back in Washington. Travion Henderson listed as the 3rd running back in New England. Woody Marks listed as 4th in Houston. And then R.J. Harvey listed as the backup to J.K. and Dylan Sampson listed as the backup to Jerome Ford. What one stands out to you guys?
I can buy the R.J. Harvey starting as a backup. I don't buy JCM being 4th on the depth chart there. I'm not buying that for a second. Travion Henderson as well should be at least 2. If he's not, I can buy behind Ramondre Stevenson, but yeah, no further down than that. Don't make sense to me.
I love that all the other coaches are like, you know what, rookie, earn your respect. And Sean Payton did it when he put R.J. Harvey number 5. But now it's football time. He's like, all right, you're our number 2 running back. We knew the whole time you were going to be up here. And again, I think it's just because J.K. Dobbins has had success in the past. So J.K. Dobbins is going to get every chance to be the starter. At the end of the day, I think we all know it's going to be R.J. Harvey eventually. Probably week 6, maybe we'll see that change. However, I'm actually kind of buying in on the wild build. Jacory at the Krosky at the 4th on the depth chart. I think the hype was just so real. Like, it was so unbelievable going into, like, when we were drafting the last couple of weeks. I think it was a little too high. That's just for me. I don't think he is as talented as people make him out to be. He has a wild story if you've heard about it. He played 13 snaps last year. He got suspended academically, I believe, but the year before he balled out. So is it there? Possibly. The opportunity is there because obviously the running backs are not very good in Washington. But I'm actually buying in on Eckler. I think Eckler's going to be the main guy. Rodriguez, I think, is going to be the goal line guy. And I think it's McNichols ahead of him. I don't buy that. So I will say Kroenke has that as the number 3. But I do think Eckler is going to get more work than him. And then I think you see Kroenke just as a change of pace kind of guy.
Don't take Bill from us.
That's just my take. Look, I'm just saying I don't see it. I know a lot of people, like, he went 6th round in one of our drafts, and I thought that was wild. Well, no pun intended. But I have to see it from him. I need to see him on the field, see him get some carries.
I just know that I've seen Austin Eckler as a lead back, and it hasn't worked with him as the lead. He does much better being the second guy, being the change of pace guy. So I don't know that you want him to be your number 1. I could see Rodriguez taking some goal line carries, but I don't know if he's the every down guy.
And I just mean, like, he'll get more snaps and touches. Like, don't get me wrong. I think Eckler, let's say he gets 15 touches, and then Kroenke gets maybe 10. I'm not saying it's going to be like, oh my God, like Austin Eckler's going to be a workhorse.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to say that by any means, but I do think Eckler is the main guy. And last year, per touch, Austin Eckler was pretty awesome. Actually, he was actually top 10. So I think he does have a little juice left. So I'm buying into Eckler for the moment.
I think with both Eckler and J.K. Dobbins, you can't just write those guys off, right? I think J.K. has a bit more juice left than a lot of people give him credit for. It's just he never plays a full season, right? So it's kind of like waiting for that shoe to drop, and then RJ's the dude. And I think with Eckler, kind of the same, right? He also often gets hurt, and I think when he goes down, it could catapult Jacory to the starting. But you got to give the vets the first go.
And I'll hedge my bets. This is for the beginning of the season. I would not be shocked one bit. RJ Harvey, like I said, he'll take over. I wouldn't be shocked if Wild Bill ended up taking over eventually. But I'm just in the beginning of the season. I think it's going to be Eckler for the most part.
Last bit of news and notes before we move on. Jags and Texans, both coaches said all 4 running backs will play for those respective teams.
Oh, when you said that, I heard they hate fantasy football.
That sucks, right?
I heard they don't know who's the dude. Like, they just can't make a decision, so they're just like, let's throw everybody out there. Who cares?
I didn't even know the Texans had 4 running backs.
A lot of people are forgetting about Derrick
Ogunwale.
Is that you actually
Ogunwale.
Ogunwale. Derrick.
Dare. I think it's Dare.
Dare.
But I could be wrong. Yeah, I could be wrong on both, actually, so don't quote me.
Dare. Off of drugs. Keep your kids off of drugs.
So what you're saying is stay away from Houston and Jacksonville's back.
Yes, for sure. Sorry, I lost my train of thought.
Yeah, I see that. I had to reel you back in a little
Thanks
bit.
for bringing me back in.
I got you.
Watch the Throne Fantasy Football Podcast is fueled by That Dude's Barbecue Jerky. We talked about it to open the episode. We are so grateful. The ultimate snack for football fans who take their Sundays seriously. Whether you're at the draft, watching Red Zone, or just hungry between games, That Dude's Barbecue Jerky brings the flavor that keeps you locked in. Packed with protein, bold flavors, and made for game day, with different styles from original to brisket, crispy, and even a filet mignon cut. That's wild. Filet mignon beef jerky. Grab a bag today and taste why it's not just jerky, it's That Dude's Barbecue Jerky. Find it online at thatdudesbbq.com and fuel your fantasy season the right way. Use the code THRONE and get 7% off now. We have to try this. I've had it. You can tell I'm rocking the shirt. We have a couple flavors here. I'll show it, I guess, in Ray's.
Oh, hold on a second.
We got black pepper and sea salt flavor. And then we have sweet and smoky barbecue. Which flavors are you guys trying to have?
I want this black pepper one.
Yeah, help yourself.
That's got a little spice to it.
Even though it made Mike Ford choke.
It's not spicy. It's pepper.
If you're watching this on YouTube, you see us struggling to open the bags. They're actually pretty easy to open. Just trying to not be too loud. This is the sweet and smoky barbecue that I'm going to try. I've not had this flavor yet.
Well, hold on. Wait for me. I'm coming. Hold on. Oh, I got a little piece. That's fine. That's perfect, actually.
It's fine.
You
I
ready?
think David wants, or Mike
You
4
gonna try
wants
it?
to try the
Please,
sweet
bro.
and smoky.
You gonna try
Dude, quit giving away my government name.
I
man.
know. I'm sorry, Mike 4.
There you go. Well, wait, hold on. Well, wait for Mike for you. I'll wait for you,
Ray
Mike
already
4.
went in. Ray went in.
It was
Well,
delicious,
How
dog.
good
And
is
we-
it?
All right, ready, guys? Cheers.
Are you ready? Cheers, sir.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Shout out that dude's barbecue jerky. It's so good.
That's actually really good.
Right?
So I'm gonna be honest. I'm not a beef jerky kind of guy, but both. I tried this one before we started, the black pepper and sea salt one. They're both delicious.
Yes, they are.
Like
Yes, they are.
this one has no. This one like is a very. I can like taste the teriyaki. Mm-hmm. Oh, it's so good.
And the smokiness, it's
Tender.
so if you have not tried it yet, you have to go to thatdudesbarbecue.com. Use the code THROWN, you get 7% off, but he has a bunch of different flavors, a few different styles of cuts like we talked about. And I mean, I highly recommend it. It's an online business, so he can deliver nationwide. So, get on there and order some.
One thing that catches my eyes too, 90 calories. So that's pretty good. So get you a bag, get some for Sunday, watch some football, eat some jerky.
Boys, you're not getting this bag back. It's over here.
Get you a bag. Gabe, I'm talking to you, man.
I'm getting me a bag. I'm ordering some.
BBQ.com. The fam would love it.
That's delicious.
That
I
was
enjoyed it.
amazing.
Ray, your kids, bro.
My kids would cry if they tried that black pepper one. It's
Is
too
it-
spicy.
yeah.
That was-
like
that was
Mike
delicious.
4 earlier.
Yeah, they
See
would.
what I'm saying? It's
yeah.
got a little.
Yes, my 10-year-old and 11-year-old.
That was very good. I mean,
was
we
delicious.
caught Ray licking his fingers like
I was. Yeah.
on the mic.
Don't mind me.
Finger looking good.
His motto is,
Bro, this is good.
I know.
That one's good.
That bag's gonna be gone.
It literally tastes like teriyaki. Like
Jessica was
really
like,
good.
just make sure you guys don't eat it all, please. I want to try it.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah, it was really good.
So his flavor or his motto is come for the jerky, stay for the flavor. And he
like
has,
that.
like I said, he has a bunch of different flavors. Mango habanero is one that's popular.
You know what we should get next?
Tequila lime's one that's pretty popular.
Find out exactly how many flavors he has and throw that in the ad too.
Mike 4 likes it.
I like it, dude. You can come in a chef's, like a little chef suit,
know?
a little chef apron.
Hey man, don't eat all that jerky for real.
Dude, please take
Mike
it
Fo-
away, bro.
Well,
cut
thanks
that.
again, That Dude's Barbecue Jerky. This episode
you.
brought to you by thatdudesbarbecue.com. Go visit it. That was amazing. Back to the episode. We're going to give our best starters first and then our best flex plays of week 1. We'll start with mine. And for how long we wait for the season to start, I cannot not give a player from the first game of the season. So my best play of week 1 is CeeDee Lamb of the Dallas Cowboys. My only reason really is I want to see someone in the first game. And I think they're going to throw it, like we said, 50, 75, 100,000 times a game. I think Pickens is going to help him get open. He's going to demand a little bit of respect on the other side, right? And I think it's going to be fun to watch this Dallas offense. It's an 8-point spread right now.
8.5, depending on where you're at.
To me, that's kind of wild. I think I would take Dallas with the points, but that shows that Dallas is going to be trailing, and they're going to have to throw the ball. So, CD.
Garbage time.
Start of the
is
week.
Fantasy points too. In his career against the Eagles, CeeDee Lamb averages 5.6 catches with 74.9 yards and 0.4 touchdowns. So the touchdowns aren't always there for him. He doesn't have very many against the Eagles in his career. However, CeeDee Lamb is a wide receiver 1. He gets, I don't care how good a defense is. The Eagles were pretty good against the pass last year. They have some solid corners. I don't care. CeeDee Lamb is that guy. He's obviously starting.
I didn't tell you guys to give us predictions for this, but I'm going to make a prediction here. I'm going to say over 7 receptions, over 90 yards, and at least 1 touchdown. I mean, that's not crazy start of the week stuff, but
No.
7 catches, 90 yards, and a touchdown is pretty good.
It's 23 fantasy points in a PPR. It's a nice week. Yeah, I agree. I like it. In fact, my note says they're going to be playing from behind and throwing a lot. So you covered that.
Nailed it.
Yeah, no, big on CeeDee Lamb. Also like Jake Ferguson this week in that game, just while we're here. I think he's going to have a nice little game. Can I tell you an interesting stat I found about Ferguson?
Please.
With Dak, he was targeted 52 times in 7 games. With Cooper Rush, he was targeted 21 times in 7 games.
Wow.
So
Jake Ferguson is very
Dak
good.
likes him.
Dak likes him.
I like Fergie.
Or Cooper doesn't. I don't know. One
Right.
way or the other.
I like Fergie.
Yeah, no, Fergie's a good tight end. He definitely. I was on him last year, and he just unfortunately Dak got hurt, so it happens.
All right.
Also,
Next.
real quick, my shirt too. Can we shout out my shirt?
Yeah,
You know,
shout out the
obviously.
shirt.
Look, I'm a Cowboys fan.
Stand up a little bit, man. They can't
up
see
a
the
little bit.
Philly like what the Philly's giving. You know what I'm saying?
So,
Yeah.
it's thumbs up to the Cowboys because, we love the Cowboys here. It's thumbs down to Washington and New York, and then it's definitely a big middle finger to Philly.
Yo, it's the bird to the birds,
The
bro.
bird to the bird. So I like that, Mike Ford. I like that. So
Well done.
Yeah, I had to wear it for the pod tonight as we get ready for tomorrow's game. I don't know if I'll wear it while we're down 30, but
You think it's going to be that bad? Okay.
I mean,
Okay.
I don't want to get into it.
Yep. Who's your, I think we're going to your start of the week.
My start of the week is going to be King Henry. Now, he plays Buffalo, and everyone's like, oh, Buffalo has a good defense. Wrong. They were the third worst rush defense last year. They allowed the third most fantasy points to running backs. Last year, Sunday Night Football, Derrick Henry, 24 carries, 199 yards, and a touchdown. He even had 3 catches for 10 yards and a receiving touchdown for a total of 30.9 fantasy points. And that's standard if you don't have bonuses. If you have bonuses, probably had 40 north of 40 points. So Derrick Henry is my start of the week. You drafted him in the first round. You drafted him as RB1. Do not be worried to play him. I mean, you're not going to sit him anyway, but he's going to ball out for you this week.
My notes for this game say start everybody and have fun.
Just sit back, relax, and enjoy the
just
show.
Watch the game. We couldn't have asked for a better Sunday Night Football game. I feel like that's my game of the week.
Yeah.
Lamar
excited.
versus Josh Allen,
Oh,
great
beautiful.
week one.
Yeah.
I mean, top 2 quarterbacks in fantasy. You got, Derrick Henry, James Cook. Yeah, you got some good options here. Maybe Zay Flowers, Keon Coleman, Khalil Shakir. There's definitely going to be quite a few fantasy points in that game.
Start them all.
Yep.
Your start of the week.
Oh, for
Start
me.
of the week, right?
All right. I'm going DJ Moore. Sticking to wide receivers here. Vikings allowed the most fantasy points to perimeter receivers in the league last year. DJ Moore, in particular, torched the Vikings for 42 points across 2 games, averaging nearly 20 points per game against them. I think you just put him out in the lineup and let him cook.
Yeah, I have my notes here. DJ Moore had 15 against the Vikings last year. 15 targets, 15 catches, 100% catch rate. So in the first game, he had 106 yards and a touchdown, and then 8 catches in the second game, 46 yards. But that was with a bad Caleb Williams and with a bad offense. You bring in Ben Johnson. Now you have DJ Moore with Caleb Williams, Roma Dunze, Luther Burden. You bring in Colson Loveland. Even though Cole Kmet is listed as a starter, I still think you see them both. This is another one where it's going to be a lot of fireworks, a lot of fantasy points. Even on the Minnesota side, I think this is going to be a great high-scoring game for everyone. Guys, we have breaking news actually live on the pod.
On the pod?
Gentlemen, can I please have your attention? I've just been handed an urgent and horrifying news story.
What?
And I need all of you to stop what you're doing and listen.
Whoa.
Cannonball! Your boy Jawan Jennings. Now, it's not an extension or anything, but they added $3 million in place and incentives for his contract deal. So they are working with him. I'm going to be honest, though. This kind of tells me he might be gone after this year.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I could see that.
Yeah, I think he's gone after this year. They invested too much into that wide receiver room outside of him. Yeah.
But he's motivated now with an extra $3 million.
I was going to say,
Potential.
now he's going to give me the ball.
Trade for Juwan.
I like it.
Trade for
I wish I
Juwan
would have got
Jennings.
him.
Man, okay, good. That's good news for the Niners. I got my Niner hat on. I'm a Niner fan, Ray's a Niner fan. I've been hiding my fandom a little bit on here, but, I'm rocking the Niner hat tonight. So good for Juwan. Good for the Niners. I think a desperate need. Ayuk. Ray knows my feelings on Ayuk, but Ayuk is out for a while. When he comes back, we'll see how good he is. Like, if he's actually as worth the money that we paid him. So, but a big need for the Niners going into at least the start of this season.
Yeah, 1,000,000%. And this kind of like rains on my notes for my flex of the week. So I don't know if we want to just go there.
Dang,
but,
yeah, we can. We can pivot to Ray's flex of the weeks and kind of tie this Jawan Jennings news into it. So who's your flex of the week, and then you can tie it in.
It's Ricky Pearsall. is my flex of the week.
Ricky.
A lot of it has to do with the aforementioned Ayuk not playing. He's on PUP. He's going to miss 4 games. Juwan Jennings was expected to play prior to this breaking news, but he did miss 5 weeks at camp with a calf injury. So traditionally, players missing time in camp start a little bit slower than everybody else. Shanahan had some good reports on him. He said he looked good on Monday, getting back into it, but having all that time off, we've got to ease him in. So we'll see how this week goes. That's why he'll be limited today. So he's healthy enough to play football, and hopefully that continues. I don't like any of the other options they got out there, feeling like the Chiefs from a few years ago with MVS and Sky Moore.
Yeah.
So I think Pearsall's going to be the number 2 option behind Kittle. Number 3 if you want to include McCaffrey in that, but I think he's primed for a big week. He'll be the chain mover, I think, in this game.
Okay. I don't hate the idea of Pearsall being the number 2 option behind Kittle and moving the chains and being the underneath guy. And maybe he hits a deep post one time, and Brock can actually hit him in stride.
I'm torn on it. I'm not as high on Pearsall as a lot of others. Now, the opportunities, I love that they're there, obviously. Like, in fantasy, he could be the number 1 receiver for you guys over Juwan Jennings. We'll see how that plays out. I just haven't seen anything that, like, oh, my God, I love Ricky Pearsall. He's so talented. I just haven't seen that yet. I'm not saying it's not there. I know he was a rookie. He got shot. He had a weird offseason. I'm glad he has a full offseason now to get into rhythm and get into things. So I hope he proves me wrong. I really do. But I have no Ricky Pearsall stock in any of my leagues just because other guys had him higher. But he could go off this week. So I do like the take.
So I did see some note today on Pearsall, since I knew we were going to talk about him. The Athletics' Vic Tarfer. I don't know.
I did see this.
I think it's Tafer, isn't it?
Tarfer?
I don't think that R is supposed to be there.
Okay. The Athletics' Vic Tafer suggested the hype surrounding wide receiver Ricky Pearsall this offseason was premature.
I did see that. That's an interesting. And I'll say this: beat reporters are hard to like kind of gauge their reports because they're still their opinions. It's not really like a fact.
Smells like hater.
It's like if you know a good beat reporter and you want to say like his opinion is good, fine. But I don't know all the beat reporters. I don't know this gentleman.
Right.
I don't know if he has good takes in the past or not. So I can't really put I can't put too much. What's the word I'm looking for? Too much value
Stock
and
into
trust.
it.
Yeah.
I'm going to read the quote that calls out us fantasy football people from him.
Oh, God.
He was out there practice every day and did look good, but sorry, fantasy football people, us. It sure seemed like the hype and jump to number 1 receiver status was premature, he said.
Well, he said wide receiver 1 status.
Yeah, and I don't think any of us
I was
said
going to
that.
say, I don't think.
No.
Yeah.
No.
I don't think anyone had him top 12.
So Vic ain't even talking to us.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, whatever, Vic.
I mean, wide receiver 1 on the Niners, I'm sure, but not wide receiver 1 in fantasy. I don't think anyone said that. If he gets wide receiver 1, then
Is he in the top 12? That'd be crazy.
I don't think that
The hell-
happens.
the hell-
Top 24 I can get behind.
I could see a world where he
Don't
finishes.
say top 12.
I could see a world where that happens. I don't think it's going to happen, but there is very much. It is a possibility. This Niners offense has supported multiple 1,000-yard receivers at
sure.
the same time.
I'm just not sure he's athletic enough, but I could be wrong. I got to watch more film on him, I
Yeah,
guess.
dude, he's got some talent.
All right.
he's
Pretty good for a white boy? Okay.
Let's not forget he went to Florida. All right,
He
so
did. He did.
Go to
Chomp.
Florida.
you can't be
Chomp.
soft coming out of Florida.
Truth. Your flex play of the week.
This is a sneaky one, I think, because there's not a lot of love for this man, and I get it, but I don't get it at the same time. Jerome Ford, the starting running back for Cleveland this week, he has been pronounced the starter, and this could be going on for a couple weeks now, the first 6 weeks of the season. We don't know what's going on with Quinshon Judkins. Now, Dylan Sampson, there is kind of mixed reports that like Dylan Sampson is going to be as also the RB1, so it might be a 50-50 split. However, even if Jerome Ford gets 10 to 15 touches, that's still viable for a flex play. Last year against Cincinnati, 11 carries, 92 yards, and a touchdown. He also has 5 catches and 29 yards. That equal 24.1 fantasy points if you don't do bonuses. Now, he is actually a good PPR option too. The last 2 years, he's had 82 targets, and that was with like a Nick Chubb. Last year, he wasn't even the starter until probably for a couple weeks towards the end, and then he got hurt. So he's never been like the number 1 or a viable option. he's the starter now. I think he gets more work than people think. And I think early on in the season, at least until they figure out what's going on with Quinshon Judkins, he's a very good, viable option for the flex. And he has a great schedule the first 4 weeks.
Listen, Jerome Ford is disrespected. I think he's better than a lot of people give him credit for. I think people are wanting the guys behind him, a.k.a. Sampson, a.k.a. Judkins, if he signs when he signs.
Everyone always loves a rookie.
Yeah, they all want them to overtake Jerome Ford, but Jerome Ford used to be the guy that they were calling to overtake Chubb, right?
Yeah.
But if you remember, there was I think a year when Chubb was hurt and Jerome Ford had to take over.
Oh, that was
pretty well.
I think 2 years ago when Chubb had the serious knee injury.
I like Jerome Ford. I was kind of surprised that I didn't get him at all in this year's drafts, but I think he's a solid player. He was ranked rather low, borderline disrespectful, but I think this is a prime spot to play him. I think the Quinshon Judkins stuff had a lot to do with him or just nobody in the Browns backfield getting drafted high. So, but I think, yeah, like you said, the first 4 weeks are an easier schedule for him. I think he's going to have a good season, or a good start to the season anyway.
Well, and we're attacking the Bengals defense.
Yes, we are. And you'll notice that theme too. We are definitely going after the Bengals defense. They are going to be one of the worst fantasy defenses for sure. Oh, one of the best for us. One of the, you know what I mean?
Yeah, they're going to be one of the worst defenses in the NFL, just period.
Yes.
My turn?
Your turn.
All right. My favorite flex is Jerry Jeudy of the Cleveland Browns. Probably because I drafted him over Tyler Warren. No, because he's going against the Bengals defense. The Bengals should be up in the game, but we saw last year that they just get outscored by like almost anyone. And so the Browns could be in a shootout with the Bengals and have to throw a lot. And I think Jerry Jeudy he's the alpha there for sure. I think Njoku's a good play for flex even, but you're probably starting him as a tight end. So even Cedric Tillman. Everybody on the Browns is probably – this is the best week to start them.
What a name drop there, Cedric Tillman. My Jerry Jeudy. So the great thing about all our flex plays and starts of the weeks is they all played the opponents last year, so you can gauge a little bit. Jerry Jeudy last year against the Bengals. Ready for this? 6 targets, 1 catch, 18 yards.
Yeah, not great, yeah.
3 targets, 2 catches, 20 yards. Yeah, he didn't really have great games against Cincinnati. Now, granted, I didn't look into who the quarterback was for those games, and he has – if it wasn't Jameis, it probably wasn't a great situation, to be honest with you. I do think Flacco's going to be capable in the beginning of the season here. The age is going to be a factor in whether he can hold on for a whole season, and then how long is he even going to maintain the starting job. But I do – Flacco's a pocket passer. He's accurate. He will find his number one guy. I do like Jerry Jeudy this week.
Let's go. Any notes on Jerry Jeudy?
Nope, I'm good with that. If you've been enjoying Watch the Throne Fantasy Football podcast, we would love your support. Just head over to thronefantasyfootball.com/listen and hit the support button. It's a simple way to help keep the show going, and you'll also get some cool extras like our weekly fantasy football newsletter and subscriber-only content. Think of it as joining the inner circle of Throne Nation. So if you're down to ride with us all season long, go to thronefantasyfootball.com/listen and click the support button at the top of the page.
All right, we're going to try something new. We're going to try to maybe do this every week. We'll see how it goes. It's going to be called the Game Blitz. We're going to go over every single game that we haven't talked about yet in 1 minute. With us, we ramble on like I am right now. We kind of jibba-jabba for a little bit. We yada-yada.
You a yapper?
Yeah, we yap. We're going to try to keep it not so yappy and a little bit more
concise.
That's a good word, dude.
Word.
Harvard of the West.
Told you,
Word
man.
of the
Harvard
day.
of the West.
UNLV, Harvard of the West. So we already talked about the Thursday night football game, but Mike Ford has an important role in this Game Blitz as well. At 1 minute on the timer, he is going to hit us with, and we have to cut right there and move on to the next game. Are you ready for this, Mike Ford?
I think so. I
I'm
got
about
to
to
use
put
two
on
hands.
some
I got to use
MJ.
2 hands for this. So
MJ right at the buzzer.
So we're going to start off with.
I just want to say that, it's football and we're using a basketball
buzzer.
So
Yeah.
all sports. It's all sports.
Yeah, all good.
Mike Ford's been really mad at me today. It's all because I took Dak in our
That's
draft on
exactly why.
Sunday.
Yes,
I get
that's
it.
Exactly why
I get it,
There's
Mike
going to be
Ford.
hate for the entire year.
I get it.
So
We can always work a trade. I'm open for trades.
I don't know if I trade. Not for a quarterback. Sorry.
Wait, Mike Ford, real quick. How many leagues are you in? I didn't ask.
I'm only in 2.
Okay.
So I'm in the one that we had on Sunday.
Yep.
And then that dynasty one.
Okay.
So
I like
I
it.
get to enjoy both leagues with you. Aw.
yeah. So I try not to indulge too much, man. I get what's that called? Addictive personality.
Yeah.
Right. So when I dive in,
Mhm.
and I think this year I dove in the most, and it was
It's been good.
I got some side eyes from the girlfriend. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey,
For only 2?
You gonna get off? You gonna get off this phone or what, dude? Mock drafting and all that stuff. Yeah, it was a.
So is that why you didn't want to
It was
give
a
up
lot.
that dude's beef jerky either? Because you were getting addicted.
Oh, that's what I'm saying, dude. Like,
Oh,
that's what I'm saying.
man.
Once I like something, it's done. It's done.
Oh, man.
it's done. I wouldn't even have asked. Hey guys, you guys want another piece? I just ate it. And you're like, where's it at? I'm like, oh, it's what am I talking about?
Where's what at?
I gave it back to you. So
That's hilarious. So we already covered enough of the Thursday night football game. So we're going to start on Friday. We're going to go to Brazil, where the Chiefs and Chargers play. Start that minute timer. Here we go. Patrick Mahomes. Start, sit, over. Drake May.
Ooh. I
Start.
think Drake May has more.
Start.
Mahomes.
Okay.
Drake May.
Drake May. All right. Chargers, Justin Herbert. 3 or more touchdowns?
Less.
I'll give him 3.
All right. Give me some general notes for the game.
Last year, both games, 17-10 Chiefs, 19-17 Chiefs. I'm not expecting a lot of fancy points. It's going to be a lot of defense in this game, I believe. Brazil, too. Remember last year, they had the weird field that's slippery and sliding. So there could be some maybe big plays off that, but I'm going with a defensive game here.
Yeah, defense, running game. I'm going to see some Omari and Hampton. I want to see what's happening with him.
I was going to say, is Omari and Hampton, are we excited to watch him?
Chiefs were the best against running backs last year in fantasy, but you have to start Hampton. You got to start Pacheco. You got to start your guys that you drafted. I mean, even Kelsey probably, coming off the fresh engagement. Let's see how he does.
Xavier Worthy.
Start.
Over who?
I would definitely play him as a wide receiver too.
Wow.
Yeah, that's good.
Okay, moving on. Buccaneers and Falcons. This game really excites me. I'm going to open up with some Drake London for the Falcons in 6 games, 42 catches.
I'm sitting out.
569 yards and 1 touchdowns against the Buccaneers. He averages 7 catches and 94.8 receiving yards against the Buccaneers since 2022. Drake London is a smash start wide receiver 1. He was close to being my start of the week, but I chose CeeDee Lamb.
I think Mike Evans is also a start of the week, must be in your lineup type of guy. Also, if you waited on tight end and ended up with Cade Otton, throw him in the lineup because I think these Buccaneers are putting up 350 yards.
Wow. So if you let's say you take Cade Otton and Colston Loveland.
I'd go Cade.
I'd go Cade, but
This week.
Cade is on the injury report, so keep an eye on for that too.
Okay. Bucky Irving, obviously, starting him.
You got to start Bucky.
Yep.
This is going to be high scoring. Last year, 36-30 and 31-26. There's no defense in this game.
You drafted Baker Mayfield to be your starting fantasy quarterback. You said there's no defense in this game. You're starting Baker Mayfield over your backup guy no matter what.
100%.
Right?
I'll even throw in Ibuka.
Moving on. These are going by fast.
I was on it. I was like, no, let's go.
These are going by really fast. Bengals, Browns. Do you guys think we covered enough of that?
I think we did, but
Start them all.
Start them all.
you're starting all your Bengals.
All right. So no minute on that one. How about this one's ugly? Here we go. Dolphins, Colts in 1 minute. Start the timer.
I love me Jonathan Taylor and Tyler Warren.
Nobody had
I was like, I don't know if we want to even talk about this one.
I'll say this. Michael Pittman could be a sneaky start with Josh Downs, depending. Those could be interesting flex plays for you. And then obviously you got to start Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle. Other than and A-Chain, of course. Of course, there's not much else in that.
I think
game.
you start Tua too. He hasn't got hit yet. He's not concussed yet. So put him out there. Let him cook with Waddle and Hill, and I think they can put up some points when they're all fully healthy.
It is an indoor game. It's in Indianapolis. I'm going to be paying very, very close attention to what Daniel Jones does with these wide receivers.
Danny Dimes.
If he can look good, Michael Pittman is people are going to say he's going to be a good sell high, but I think he could be a decent buy low candidate if Danny Dimes plays well and kind of targets Josh Downs more than Pittman. But you can see with the eye test that Moving on. Raiders, Patriots.
This
I love
awesome. This is
buzzer.
my favorite part of the show. We need to keep this. This is great.
Raiders and Patriots at New England. Geno Smith, first game as a starting quarterback for the Raiders, 1 minute. Right?
I have trouble starting him. If you've got someone better, put him out there. I would hope you'd have someone better, and Geno's not your QB1 right now.
Yeah, that would be pretty ugly. Love Genty in this game, and I actually really like the Patriots on this one. I think the Patriots win this game, start 1-0 in the Mike Vrabel era. Drake May, I think he's going to come out and show people he can be a quarterback one. Keep an eye out for Stephon Diggs. He's going to start. This is going to be a good showing for the Patriots. And then I think the Raiders can also have some good out. Genty, Brock Bowers. There's going to be some guys that you're starting this game too.
And Kyle Williams was taken off the injury list.
My guy.
There you go.
Our guy, actually. I'll say our guy.
Yep. You drafted Kyle Williams.
I drafted Kyle Williams a lot.
Yeah. Yep. In the Yahoo League, right?
And CBS.
Correct. Pop Douglas, any interest this week?
Not this week. I
Wait and see for me.
Yep.
I actually dropped him in one of my leagues to pick up a defense. But who else?
What about Ramondre?
Ramondre or Travion?
Oh, I'm going Travion, but are you playing Ramondre?
I'm not.
I would play him.
Wow. Moving on. Cardinals, Saints. Start the timer.
Yeah, you guys go ahead.
I love this game.
Go
Kyler
ahead. It's all
Murray.
you. This is the Owl game right here.
It's Kyler Murray time. Okay, he plays so well for the first 3-4 weeks. Last season, I believe it was last season, after like weeks 4 and 5, we were saying Kyler Murray MVP ?
Yeah.
Like he was nuts last year.
You ready for my hot take for the Cardinals?
Sure.
3-14, they move on from Kyler.
No, I don't hate that. I'm just saying week 1 in New Orleans.
Oh, against New Orleans, yes.
I think you're going to be happy to start Kyler Murray. I think James Conner's fine. Alvin Kamara's fine.
Marvin Harrison Jr., Trey McBride.
Can we get a Trey McBride touchdown this week?
I would love. How about a week 1 Trey McBride touchdown instead of waiting till the last game of the year?
Yeah.
I'll go with a hot take. Trey McBride, 2 touchdowns.
Hey.
Let's
Okay.
do it. I'm down.
It'll be his total touchdowns from last year.
Chris Olave, we starting with confidence or no?
No.
I did not draft
I'm
him,
not.
so I will not be.
Yeah. Had no part
but if you have him, you start him.
I think
Depends.
you have to. If you drafted him, I think you have to.
Moving on.
Thank God.
Steelers, Jets. Is this one much better to talk about? Aaron Rodgers' first game as a Pittsburgh Steeler going against his former team, the New York Jets.
Still more interest, but this is going to be another defensive game, I think. This one's tough because obviously I think you're starting DK Metcalf. I don't know if there's a Garrett Wilson. After that, everyone else is kind of a toss-up in the air. Like, are you starting these guys? Those are
Brees
Brees Hall.
You're starting Brees, but I mean, I guess I don't love it.
Because you're worried about Braylon Allen, right?
I mean, yeah, everything's not. I stayed away from Brees.
Worried about all that whole backfield. But, yeah, I would agree. You're starting those guys. I'm really curious to watch this game, not necessarily going to be starting any of these guys, but I want to see the connection with Aaron Rodgers and DK. I want to see what that Jets backfield looks like. There's a lot to learn from this game.
Yeah, I want to see what Justin Fields looks like too, right? I mean, he struggled in the preseason after that first game, and I'd like for him to look better. He was an early quarterback, top 10 quarterback for me in my early video, and I've changed my mind.
Real quick, very rarely do you get the double revenge games here.
True. Double revenge, Steelers and Jets.
Buzzer already hit.
Respect
guys.
the buzzer.
Sorry, I was
Guys,
trying to get
No,
there.
you're good.
Guys, do me a favor. Respect the buzzer.
Yeah, for real.
When the buzzer goes off, that means cut. Okay.
My bad. Sorry, Mike.
So
I had to get that in.
I can make it longer. We can do a 1 minute buzzer.
I had my
Just
finger up.
You the entire time.
I had my finger up with like 7 seconds to go, and I wouldn't stop
I
talking.
wouldn't stop.
guys.
How about the New York Giants, the other NFC East competition, New York Giants, Washington Commanders?
I think the Giants are a sleeper for defense this year. I don't think they're going to be as good of you wanted to play against the Giants defense with your fantasy guys. This year, I think it's going to be different. I think they're going to be a very solid defense. They're actually a surprise team. I think I got them at 8 wins. So you're starting Jaden Daniels, Terry McLaurin. You're starting all the obvious guys.
I think the Commanders' defense last year also wasn't very good, right? So if I remember correctly, yeah. So I think Neighbors, Tyrone Tracy, even this game has a lot of people to learn about in the backfield too with the Giants.
Yeah, biggest problem I have is Russ doesn't do well against the blitz, and the Commanders blitz 32.5% of the time last season, good for 5th in the league. Russ completed passes at 42.9% rate against the blitz. Good
What
for
a stat.
29th last season.
What a stat.
Well done. I thought you said you weren't taking notes.
That was one I had.
Okay, very good. Very good. I think overall the game, I think Commanders Win, but not as impressive as people think.
Start Debo.
Giants upset.
I like this game. Probably this is just our game. Panthers, Jaguars is the next one on the docket. Anyone want to talk this game, or you want me to take first lead?
Take it.
Trevor Lawrence.
Brian Thomas.
Over 300 passing yards to open the season.
Wow.
Brenton Strange. He's sitting out there. Mark my words. Brenton Strange is going to be the top waiver wire priority for everyone after week 1. If he's available now and you have a roster spot, go get him. The top waiver wire priority after week 1.
So we were texting earlier, and I said Panthers win this division. I was a year early on the Panthers last year. I was kind of high on them last year. They kind of started playing well towards the end. I think I was just 1 year early on them. I do think this is the year for them. Chuba Hubbard, I think, is going to actually a big year, and he's going to surprise some people.
I hope so. I got Chuba in way more spots than I want to have him at, so I'm counting on him, even though that wasn't the game plan.
I'm not starting maybe any of the Jaguars running backs with all 4 guys planning to play.
Tedoroa versus Travis Hunter.
Respect the buzzer.
I stopped.
See, you're getting it. You're getting it. I like it.
The Tennessee Titans with Cam Ward, rookie quarterback, going against the Denver Broncos, an elite NFL defense.
Mm-hmm.
What are our thoughts? Who wants to kick us off with this one?
I will say this. It's not a good week 1 matchup for Cam Ward. It's going to be a welcome to the NFL moment for sure. I would assume Patrick Surtain is going to follow Calvin Ridley around, so that's going to be a tough matchup for him. If you have someone better, consider sitting Calvin Ridley, although I do like him for the whole season. So it's just for this one game. Any number 1 receiver against the Broncos is kind of a fade. But Tony Pollard, love him. Not the Broncos again, but this is going to be an interesting game to see who's going to do what.
I'm taking the Broncos in my survivor pool. I think you load up on anybody you got on that offense. I'm going Bo Nix, everybody, Cortland Sutton. Starting
baby.
them all.
Evan Ingram?
Yeah.
You're starting both running backs, JK and RJ?
That's to be determined with RJ. I'll start JK if I had him, but
Okay.
I kind of avoided that backfield.
Okay, quick question. Tony Pollard or Travion Henderson? That's a start sits for me.
For this week, Travion Henderson.
Okay.
Yeah.
I have currently a Pollard in. Respect the buzzer. Next game, I see Niners Seattle. Did we talk enough about it, or we want to talk more about it? Niners Seattle.
I'm always down to talk Niners, but that's up to you.
All right, we'll go. We'll go Niners Seattle. 1 minute. Go, Ray.
I'm starting everybody on the Niners with confidence. Purdy, McCaffrey, Kittle, Pearsall. Start them all. If you got Jake Moody, throw him out there too. He's kicking 3 field goals in this game. For the Seahawks, I do like Jackson Smith and Jigba. I think he's going to have a nice game, probably 75-plus yards and a touchdown. I just don't think the Niners' defense is equipped to be able to shut down a guy like JSN.
The backfield for Seahawks is an interesting one to watch with Ken Walker and Charbonnet.
Yeah.
They rested Ken Walker a lot in the preseason to keep him healthy, so maybe he'll get the workload, and Charbonnet believers may be hurt, but I could be wrong. I also think Torrey Horton, interesting guy. They cut MVS to keep Torrey Horton on the roster, so be curious to see his role on the offense as well.
I'm calling it right now. George Kittle, 15 targets, 10 catches.
Wow, okay.
And I'm going to get I don't want to get crazy. Never mind. I was going to say 3 touchdowns, but we won't. We'll go 2 touchdowns. 2 touchdowns.
I'm here for it.
I don't hate it. Detroit Lions, Green Bay Packers.
What a game.
It's a great game. And, we texted earlier, and you had the Packers not making the playoffs. And I said I enjoy that. And I've been calling them the most overrated team in that division and maybe even the NFL this year.
Yeah, and I have no selfish reasons for that, for them to miss the playoffs. But no, in all seriousness, I do think there are holes at the corner. They let Jair Alexander go. I know they have a couple young guys. I just don't see where they fit. And then they lost Kenny Clark, and so I do think this is going to be a defense that can be exposed. You add Micah Parsons, that's great. But as a Cowboy fan, I know Micah Parsons sometimes doesn't always show up. So I do think this is a team that has some question marks. And I know we talk about Matthew Golden and Romeo Doubs in fantasy, but in reality, it's not your best 1-2 options.
I'm interested to see what happens with the Lions offense with a new coordinator, new offense. I don't know what to expect. Obviously, start Amon-Ra, start your guys for the Lions, but I do want to see how this offense operates.
Yeah, how confident are we with Jamison Williams start? How confident are we with Sam Laporta start? How confident are we with Tucker Kraft start?
Very confident.
Yeah, I think the investment in those
All
guys,
three?
you got to start them. Yeah.
With all 3?
Yes.
Man, I don't even have time to look stuff up. I was trying to see what the.
No, you don't, dude. That's the whole point of the game.
Okay, you're right. You're right.
Hey, can we touch on Ray's? That was awesome. He was like, start every single Niner that you have, like the water boy, the athletic
Start 'em
trainer, all of them.
Yep.
Every single one of them.
Yep.
That's right.
He called it out. We got 3 games left. This is crazy. I like this game blitz.
Me too.
We got the Houston Texans at the Los Angeles Rams with a healthy Matthew Stafford, not on the injury report. Who wants to kick us off for this one?
Yeah, start your Rams. I like Puka. I like Devontae Adams with a healthy Stafford back there. And, of course, Kyron Williams, I feel like, is going to have a big game. I don't have any stats to back that up. I just feel it.
Phil.
Yeah, another kind of game I lean towards the defense. I mean, you have stars on both sides with Nico and Puka and Devontae Adams and Kyron Williams. But honestly, the crazy thing on the Houston side of the ball, you're just starting Nico. Right? You're not starting anyone else. You're not starting Stroud. You're not starting Dalton Schultz. You're not starting Jaden Higgins yet.
I'm running Jaden Higgins out there. Personally.
Really?
Yeah, I
Wow.
would. If I drafted Jaden Higgins and he's my flex, I'm running him out there.
Did you draft anywhere with Jaden Higgins as a flex?
I don't think I have Jaden Higgins I have him in a couple leagues, dynasty leagues.
Wow.
But in a redraft, I think it's a decent spot to run him out there.
Interesting. I do see this as like a 20-14 kind of ball game. So there's going to be a couple touchdowns. Who they're going to be, it's hard to call because they both have very good defenses, both playoff teams. It's going to be good.
This next game is freaking awesome. Sunday Night Football. Both teams start with a B. Crazy. Baltimore at Buffalo. Go ahead. Kick us off. I think Ray did last time. Gabe, go for it.
Yeah, we talked about the top 2 quarterbacks going against each other, and this is going to be a fun matchup. It always is with these two. I mean, these are 2 of the best teams in the league. Kick off Sunday Night Football. You couldn't ask for a better matchup. Derrick Henry, he's my start of the week. He's going to ball out. Lamar Jackson, Mark Andrews, Zay Flowers. Those are all worth starting.
Yeah, like I said earlier, my notes say start everybody and enjoy. It's going to be a good game. I can't wait to watch it.
When you say start everybody for Buffalo, is that including Keon Coleman? Is that it's definitely not for me. I'm not touching Dalton Kincaid in this game at all. I don't want to start him this week.
A bounce back though.
I think, if you ended up drafting Dalton Kincaid and he's your number 1 tight end, then I feel like you got to play him. I personally wouldn't be in that situation.
What about Keon Coleman though?
Keon Coleman's a little iffier. I think
who is the wide receiver 1 in Buffalo this year? Who's going to take it
right now? Shakir.
Yeah, Khalil.
But
Sure.
it could be Keon Coleman.
And they've got Josh Palmer.
Erase that. Nobody said that. Josh.
The last and final game of the Game Blitz, my anxiety's high going into this last one. It's the Minnesota Vikings versus the Chicago Bears. J.J. McCarthy versus Caleb Williams. Start the timer.
I like J.J. McCarthy this season. I think he's primed to have a good season. This is a good spot to start, I feel like. Start Justin Jefferson. Who else we got?
Aaron Jones, Jordan Mason.
This is my most anxious game I'm looking forward to see because I'm so high on the Vikings this year. I actually have them as the number 1 seed in the NFC. I'm all in on Justin Jefferson. I have him in about 4 leagues. J.J. McCarthy, Jordan Mason. I am all in on this team. And then on the other side, we got to see Caleb Williams with Ben Johnson. This is probably my most anticipated. I'm not saying the best game, but I'm looking forward to this game probably the most.
Well, we're also going to be doing a live watch along. I know I shouldn't be plugging this during the minute that we have to talk about it, but Roma Dunze, DeAndre Swift, are we starting both running backs on the Minnesota side? What's the play with that?
I would, yes. And Ray kind of talked about earlier with DJ Moore. Yes, I'm starting Roma Dunze. The Vikings were not very good against receivers.
Okay. Colson Loveland, TJ Hawkinson.
I'm probably not starting Loveland, but I'd start Hawk.
All day.
Wow, that was Game Blitz. That was crazy.
That was fun.
Yeah, that was fun. My heart is racing a little bit.
Yeah. No, this was fun. And
Mike
sorry, it's just habit.
He loves it. You could tell that's his favorite segment.
Give me
we've ever
buttons,
done.
dude. I love it, dude. I don't care what anybody says. Best segment of the show right there.
So I'll fill in the crowd too with this, our viewers. We were trying to figure out which games we want to talk about. And it's week 1. There's so many storylines. There's so many people that we want to talk about. So I called out and said, why don't we just do like a minute each game? Like, let's just run through it. Let's just see what happens. And I actually liked it. I liked it a lot.
Yeah, I think this would be a fun thing to do every week. So, I ask you guys to comment all the time and no one ever does. But if you like this segment, let us know. Text me. A lot of people text me, and I'm like, I need some
good.
engagement.
I think you guys
online.
can do it in 45 seconds.
Whoa.
Honestly,
whoa,
man,
whoa.
dude, when bye weeks come around and things like that,
He
dude, a
just
little bit
wants to
more.
be-
I think,
he just
I
wants
think
to
it
be hitting
was,
the
dude.
buzzer.
Yeah,
Chill
dude, it
out.
was good, man. I liked it.
Yeah, chill out.
But yeah, leave a comment if you liked it. But important note here about the Monday Night Football game. We are going to go live on Assist Live. You can find us on liveonassist.com. We're going to do a watch along. I know for sure 2 of us, maybe all 3 of us, we'll figure that out. But you can watch along. You sync to your TV. You come into the live stream at any point. Let's say you catch us 8 minutes and 47 seconds on the first quarter clock. You go into our live. You sync it to 8 minutes 47 on the first quarter clock, and it takes you right to where we were at that point, and you can watch it there, or you can just catch up with us and hit live and figure out where we are. You'll be able to see where we're at in the game, which obviously you're going to be at the same point if you're watching along. There might be a couple second delay, but I did a test stream for a baseball game. A lot of fun.
Yeah.
And a good way to watch with the homies and chat.
Yeah.
And, if you're just at home and you're like, damn, I wish I could be watching this with people. And we might even do every first down, Gabe has to take a shot.
I don't know about that. But with the Vikings and the Bears, we might have to do something fun, every time they meant Ben Johnson or something, or Caleb Williams. I don't know. We'll do something fun with those guys.
Dude, every false start, every offensive penalty or something like that. You know what I'm
Gotta
saying?
do
Absolutely
something.
not.
Yeah.
First of all,
Come on, man.
First of all, I got work the next morning, so I don't know about the drinking
True.
stuff. But
True. Monday Night Football, it's a work night, school night, all the things.
But hopefully it won't in the future. Hopefully this is our job. So,
Yes, hopefully. So find us on liveonassist.com. If you have questions, text me, message us on Instagram, follow us everywhere. Like, subscribe, comment, all the things. And until next time.
Well, do you want to plug in the article too that you dropped
Oh,
today?
you're right.
Plug in the article.
Listen,
Dude,
visit our website.
Dude, Gabe's got all the ideas today, dude.
does.
He's on it, bro. He ate his Wheaties today.
Visit our website, thronefantasyfootball.com, if you haven't yet. It's a lot of fun. There's a lot of articles. Every one of our episodes are there, both audio and visual. Our support button is there. You heard about that today, so you can support us. Had a new contributor. He goes by Don King on the website.
Yeah.
And today's article he put out was his 2025 AFC division winners and hot takes. So check it out tomorrow. NFC division winners and hot takes from Don King as well. So take a look at it if you haven't. And until next time, this episode is brought to you by That Dude's Barbecue Jerky. We'll see you next week. Peace. Watch the Throne Fantasy Football Podcast is fueled by That Dude's Barbecue Jerky. We talked about it to open the episode. We are so grateful. The ultimate snack for football fans who take their Sundays seriously. Whether you're at the draft, watching Red Zone, or just hungry between games, That Dude's Barbecue Jerky brings the flavor that keeps you locked in. Packed with protein, bold flavors, and made for game day, with different styles from original to brisket, crispy, and even a filet mignon cut. Grab a bag today and taste why it's not just jerky, it's That Dude's Barbecue Jerky. Find it online at thatdudesbbq.com and fuel your fantasy season the right way. Use the code THRONE and get 7% off now.
Guys, if you've been enjoying Watch the Throne Fantasy Football Podcast as much as we've been recording it, we'd love your support. Just head over to thronefantasyfootball.com/listen and hit the support button. It's a simple way to help keep the show going, help the community grow, and you'll also get some cool extras like our weekly fantasy football newsletter and subscriber-only content. Think of it as joining the inner circle of Throne Nation. So if you're down to ride with us all season long, go to thronefantasyfootball.com/listen and click the support button at the top of the page.
Dominate your league. Defend your crown with Hosal King, Gabe Hernandez, and Ray Fletcher. They bring the heat, rankings, trades, and game-winning calls to rule your league. This is Watch the Throne Fantasy Football Podcast.